Hello, my friends. A good Erev Shabbos, happy Friday, followed by a beautiful, restful, uplifting, and above all, inspirational Shabbos Kodesh. This week's Torah reading, Parshas Mishpatim, the Torah reading of the laws, follows last week where we got the Torah itself, where the Jewish people heard the 10 statements. Not 10 commandments, because we learned that last week, that God gave 10 statements, which if you were to subdivide all those statements, you would come up with 613 commandments. Well, this week, we start to subdivide them. And we are learning mainly the laws of dealing with other people. What we would call today civil laws. What to do if you damage somebody else's property. What to do if you hurt another person. What are you responsible for? You could sum up a very big part of this parsha as responsibility. And you could sum up a very big part of who we are and what we are as responsibility. But another thing we learn from this parsha is we are always supposed to grow and improve ourselves in the way we deal with others, and the way we deal with God, and even the way we deal within our own self. Let me give you an example. When somebody loses something, we've talked about this before, there is a mitzvah, there's a commandment in the Torah. We do not believe finders keepers, losers weepers. No. We believe in Hashavas Aveda, return lost objects. Find out who the owner is. Look for noticeable differences in an object and announce, I found such and such, and come to me and tell me what it looks like. Or hopefully there's a name in it. But here it talks about Ki nifka shor oivcha o chamoro toa hasher tishivenu lo. If you come on to the ox of your friend or his donkey, I take that back. Did I say friend? That's not what it says. If you come onto the ox or the donkey of your oivcha, your enemy, toa, they're lost in the way. Hashem tishivenu lo. You have to return the enemy's ox or the enemy's donkey, but those are just examples. Anything you find that belongs to your enemy, somebody you don't like, you have to make sure to return it. Why does it say enemy? Let's try another one. The very next line, Kisira chamor sonacha roves tachas masao. If you see the donkey of your enemy is struggling under its load, are you going to not help him? Azov ta'azov imo. You must help him. And the fact that it says azov ta'azov, help, it means even many times you unload the donkey and it's still and you help him get back up and it still falls over because you didn't take everything off. You got to do it again, and you got to do it again until that donkey is able to stand under its load. And who is the person who owns that donkey? Somebody you don't like. And who is the person whose object or donkey or ox you find in the way? Somebody you don't like. Do you have to help somebody you do like? Of course you do. But that's a given. That I would do naturally. So the Torah tells me something I wouldn't want to do naturally, and tells me even with somebody you don't like, you need to help. Rabbi Avram Pam, one of the great rabbis of the previous generation, said that what would you do if you saw an object of somebody you like and an object of somebody you don't like? Who should you return first? Rabbi Palm said, the one you don't like, you should return first. And if you see two people struggling with their animal that keeps collapsing under its load, and it's somebody you like and somebody you don't like, who should you help first? The one you don't like. But isn't it a mitzvah either way? Why do I have to go out of my way for somebody I don't like? So Rabbi Palm answers, because that's what the Torah is all about. It's about bettering ourselves, making ourselves better people, working on these negative parts, these negative attributes, the attributes of hate, the attributes of anger. We were given these ideas, we were given these midos, we were given these personality traits purposely in order to work on them, to train ourselves to become better people. And that, as we see in this week's Torah reading, with all the civil laws, interpersonal laws, laws of damages, laws of hurting somebody and what you have to do if they end up in the hospital, all these laws boil down to one idea. A person has to work to become a good person. Have a Shabbos.